Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Friday. Friday is request day. Today's map was requested by the creator and has been voted in by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon with a fairly strong showing. Actually, this one won by a fairly clear margin. And if you want to get involved in that, then just join me over on Patreon for $1 a month and you too can have a vote on the Friday map. Right, it's a pretty good map. It's a vanilla map. If you like vanilla maps, then, well, this is probably a good one for you. It's not perfect, but very, very playable indeed. And if you like playable maps, in fact, if you like this show, well, yes, you know what to do, don't you? That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for your support. Today's map is Adirondack by Sandite Spartan 117. What a great catchy name, Sandite Spartan. Adirondack I've been struggling with for a while. There's your start square, highway and a river and a lake and lots of build plane. All going on. The resources are a little bit painted. I think the offshore oil is a good thing though, so credit for that one. And then off to the workshop. Now you do need mass transit for this one. We are using Sandite Spartan's very own Colorado summer theme. We are also requiring network extensions too for this map. And because no lattices are requested, we are going to go with the realistic 1.2 as per normal. Okay, and down to street level. Now, one thing that I forgot to record, and I'm just going to tell you about it. We're just going to fly over these. See all these little elevated sections. This is where the water, if it's due to run off if in the rainy season from the mountains, and I thought these were a bit naff. And then I had a look at them with the terrain line switched on, and actually, I'm wrong. I think they're really quite well done. I think if there was a proper realistic water rainy system on here, the water would actually flow down and through these. So credit for that. Now we've got water running down and through this one. Now there's a technical word for this, and that is, say it with me, it's a river. A river. Okay. The river systems aren't too bad. They're a little bit simplistic, but they're not too bad on this map, and certainly nothing that's going to draw away from your enjoyment of actually building a city on here. Another one of these here. Now on the left hand side in the moment you'll see a building. I kind of recognise it. Not quite sure though. I'm going to have a little look at that later on. I need to investigate that a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure somebody likes it. It's probably their favourite something actually. Okay. Sorry. We're dragging on with this one. A little bit boring, I've got to say, with the long straight roads. Very much American though, and hey, there we are. If that's how it's done in America. We've got this intersection. This is your start square intersection. Nothing wrong with this whatsoever. We're kind of Art Deco look to it from this way up, I feel, personally. And then if we come down here, you can see, is this high enough? It looks a little bit low. If we get down to street level, we can, as long as we don't pop up over it, we are assuming it's probably donut proof. I'm happy with it. I think we'll let it go. And we're in the start square, which means somewhere around here should be a little asset. This is a big asset, this one. This is the small interchange. It's a big asset, but it's a small interchange. Mass transit by Arisandi, one of the greats in terms of intersection creations. This is the same size as a vanilla cloverleaf, but with a different design. And just probably, if you use this one, you might want to straighten up the pillars between the highways. Okay, factoids, because factoids. And I've got just one today, but it's a very short one. I don't know how much truth there is here, but it's got to be true because it's in the book. If it's in black and white, it's got to be true. It's about a book as well. Catch 22 was originally entitled Catch 18. I suppose Catch 22 was catchier. Anyway, there you go. It's a small interchange mass transit by Arisandi. That's today's asset of the day. As we head back down to the highway system, there's not too much to see going on from this point on. We're heading across another river, and we'll see a few more of these little elevator sections allowing for the water runoff from the mountains. And this is the area that I checked out with the terrain lines, and they do make sense. It's basically all I can tell you. One thing I will say is look at the forestry. Now this is a vanilla map. We are talking vanilla trees only, and we had a map fairly recently where we just had the vanilla trees, and it just didn't feel natural, although they did suggest like switching the trees over using prop it up. Well, this one, I don't feel you need to switch the trees over, because although they are the vanilla ugly vanilla trees, the tree placement has really worked really very nicely indeed with it. So credit for that one. Rail under road, I like that one. That's very nicely done, very smoothly done as well. And then this rail is going to carry on and off towards the areas that really matter. So what are you thinking so far? What are you thinking so far? Overall, I'm liking this. I'm thinking this is definitely a builder's map. We've got rail over water. That's a good thing. Rail underwater is a bad thing, unless it's underground as well, in which case you're probably alright. Around here, following the terrain. Now, speaking of terrain, maybe we should switch the terrain lines on just to see whether we are, rising or falling. It does look pretty flat on the whole, and looking at this, it is pretty flat on the whole. Where there is a little bit of elevation gain, like here, even that, it's smoothed out. You can just see how it's worked through the terrain fairly gently. I think we can allow a little bit of that. It's fine. It's fine. Trust me. I'm an expert. I used to be a pert. Now I'm an expert. Sorry. No. Old jokes are the old ones, aren't they? We've got a little break off. You can only come down here from this direction. And then we've got this loop around here. This is very, very nicely done. Really like this a lot. And then we've got, it's everybody's favourite factory. And we've got the single catenary masts there as well, which means that we've actually got no problems with catenary placement either. It's really well done. But of course, remember, you do need mass transit for this one. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Anyway, we're heading up towards the intermission time. We'll come back and have a look at the shipping routes and an overview of the map in just a few moments.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Adirondack by Sandite Spartan 117 and the shipping routes. We've got two shipping routes. We've got this one comes in here and it does a little fork right at the end here, so you can go up both of those river valleys quite nicely indeed. That's good work. And then we've got a second one here, and this is actually a through route. You can tell by the ship that's on it. Just a little minor grumble about this, a minor grumble. See the way it cuts through the rocks. I think the shipping captains wouldn't be too pleased with that. And then we come up here. We've got the three-way split. That works nicely. That comes down here, and we've got a couple of dead ends with the fork. That's good. And then comes back out this way and off towards the edge. Just good work there. Just good work all told. We have water flow. We have working rivers. Simplistic but fine working rivers. Fairly wide, good water flow, deep enough. Going past the start square, we've got all the arrows, and it widens up enough as well. Do you know what? I think that definitely counts as being a successful water system. Now let's have a look at an overview and just pick down to some areas. Got a lot of build plane down there, a lot of build plane. Let's have a look though at the area that you won't be building in. The mountains, look at how realistic these look and feel. And remember vanilla trees, the tree placement is superb. Loving the tree placement. As for water sources, not bad. Sort of 7 out of 10. Like here, I don't mind the fact that it's a lake. I like the idea of the mountain lake. It would collect water here, yes. But then the amount of water that's coming out of that lake is just a bit too much. I'd like it like a little bit narrower and then maybe increasing in volume as we come down the mountain. Again, here we've got another lake. I'm okay with that. But again, the amount of water pouring out of it is a wee bit too much for me. And one more down here, yet another lake. It's pretty well executed, just lacking a little bit of final polish. That is definitely the start screen, the thumbnail. Definitely the thumbnail. Gonna come and use that later. Okay. We pull back and have a look and see what we can pick out. Fields. We can do the fields, I think. The fields aren't bad. Okay. Okay, they're painted. I like the fact that we're not using prop line tool for the trees. They're a little bit higgledy-piggledy, a little bit rough and ready, and that makes them feel more realistic to me. The start square, lovely and flat, lots of build location. Look at that. Look how much you can expand out from there. If you're saying there's not enough build space here, then I don't know how much build space you want. Loads going on there. Then we've got lots of rock detailing. Not sure if I'm buying it as a natural feature, but what is it with ships running aground right by lighthouses? You think maybe the lighthouse was switched off at the time, probably. We've got the abandoned jetty there, and let's head down towards this peninsula. This peninsula has got, I can see it. Ah, look, it's another essential lighthouse. Ah, it's lovely. Really nicely done as well. Pretty much all of the lighthouses are clipped like this into the rocks in a way that it just works really well. Most of them. There's only, I think there's one, maybe two that don't. There are a lot of lighthouses on this map, but not too many. Not too many. We've got little feature detail areas like this as well, which are fine. I think they just add a little bit of interest. I don't think they add anything great to the map. Oh, this area here, there's a lot of rocks going on. This is where we've got the shipping route coming through the middle. I feel that shipping captains would not be thankful of that. I would prefer to go the long way personally. We've got a lot of rock placement like this, where you've got, it's almost like spider's legs with the vanilla surface rock pack type thing that you've got there. Down here we've got another one of those essential lighthouses. We're not going to have another look at that one. Then over here we've got, it's a haunted type island. It says something like haunted in the description. I don't remember the exact words. But yes, there's a lot of ships have gone down here. A lot of ships. Cursed Islands, that's the word. Thank you very much, Brain, for filling me in with that one. Yes, it's the Cursed Island. It's not a bonbon island for me. If it wasn't so cursed. Perhaps it's cursed because I'm planning on living on it. So anyways, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. I think it's a great thumbnail location, this. I think it's one of my favourites. Love the way that the mountains like taper off into the background, one in front of the other. It works really well. Okay, I'll just plaster my ratings above the top of it, shall I? Aesthetically, it's quite good. It's quite good. I was going to give it a 4th star, but it just feels a little bit... While this is great here, a lot of it is 3-star territory. I'm going to give it a high 3. Detailing, pretty good. It's not an outstanding, but it's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And I think overall it deserves a 4th star. It's a low 4, low to middly 4, but it's 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I think the only thing really is this map could probably benefit with an extra highway connection. That's about it. I think an extra highway connection would add a little something extra. It's the only reason why it doesn't get 5 stars. So for me, this gets 4 stars for gameplay potential. Adirondack by Sandlight Spartan 117 definitely gets the BonBonB seal of approval. Really like this one. Really like it. Love that mountainscape. Beautiful. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map review. Join me tomorrow for one more map review. Then on Sunday, it's the Steam Weekly Chart. We've gone a whole year of them. Over 1,000 things to check out. Do have a look at the playlist, won't you? I'll see you tomorrow for What's Map for another one in the series. And thanks for watching. And thanks to those BonBonB buddies too.